Hello everybody, welcome again to Jambo Japan. This is your host William and we're here again doing another video about Japan, and today I want to take this time to talk to you about Valentine. Valentine in Japan. The world is really changing, and I've been in Japan for a very long time, and there's this trend of people having subscribers. What do you call it? I don't know. I think they call it insults. Is this thing that they just want to be alone. Now, as you know, a human is a social animal, and you really need people around you. And I love people, and I really appreciate people. And Japan has been so good to me, and the Japanese have been really supportive, and I appreciate that. And when I came to Japan, there was a bit of differences in the culture concerning Valentines, and I was surprised that during Valentines in Japan, as with many other things, it's always the opposite. And in Japan, the female is the one who offers the Valentine present to the male. And I really never got to understand that concept. But it is Japan, and you have to adapt. As they say, when you go to Rome, you have to do the Romans. So we adapted to this thing. Now, most of the people I work with and the people I've been associating with, whenever I ask them, especially this time in Valentine, what were you going to do for your girl? And most of them came up with this phenomenon that is really picking up around the world, that it is too expensive and the gifts and preparations are such a tedious mendokusai. They call it mendokusai in Japan. It's a very tedious process, and they don't want to go through that process. And I'm wondering, back in the days in Africa, they always used to tell us, and I remember very well, it was a hunters and gatherers kind of community, and the male would go out, hunt the prey, and come back with it, give it to the wife, and then the wife would cut it up in pieces and decide who she was going to hand whatever part to and all that stuff. And the purpose of all that was that you needed something to work for. And this people always used, you would never get a hunter who would split his meat after the hunting. He first had to take it to his home, let the children understand where he went to. After he has let everybody around him understand where he has gone to and what he has come and seen the prize, then he would let the lady of the house take over from there, split up the prize, and spread it around the community. And this is a place whereby nobody is willing to give anybody anything. Nobody is willing to stand up. I don't. What children losing respect for their parents? No value. There's no. That was the value of going to hunt. Coming back, and if you look at the Japanese culture from way back, Utsukare-sama and Okaeri, Tadaima, Okuro-sama Deshita, this kind of words just come to tell you how unique this culture was and how so much important hard work was valued. But now, I think I'm growing old. Excuse me for growing old. Anyway, to continue with the story, what do you want to do? And then they come up with this concept that Valentine's is a hyped up social event that is highly commercialized. And I'm wondering, what do you want to do with your life if you don't have anything or any events to do? Now, for me, I don't understand that kind of thinking, but I have to accept that is the way the world is going to now. Because what is the purpose of living if the only thing is just to be smart, out to do everything, have all this money. Nobody is doing anything that is normal from my generation. And I couldn't understand it. And they came up with this incel concept whereby they try to exemplify loneliness. And I don't know, who am I to judge? But anyway, I find it as a loss of value in friendship, value of community, and I don't see the purpose in life anymore the longer you keep living in Japan, because the only purpose that seems to be for life in Japan is money, and money is not is a means to life. I mean, you need this money to be alive, and nobody wants to be alive. Everybody is just trying not to be alive by becoming so closed up in their houses. And if you're ever coming to Japan, you better think about the social hardships you're going to face. Now, this, as I have always said, and I will keep saying it again, and I will keep saying it again, the working culture in Japan is very, very brutal, because they have this culture of overtime, and this overtime culture really disengages you from the world. Coming back home at that time after the overtime gives you no opportunity to meet anybody. First time I came to Japan, I used to work until 5 o'clock. After 5 o'clock, rush back home, meet my wife, go to the public bath of Ofuro. After Ofuro, we would go for dinner. After dinner, come back home, have a couple of drinks, laugh, spend the night away, and then share all sorts of experiences about life. And life was sweet. Now, this overwork, lack of purpose, smartness, lack of any willingness to spend any money, it's just a disassociation from humanity, and it's leading to a serious breakdown in society. And this community breakdown is serious in Japan, because even now Japan is a very communal society, and most of the community based idioms are really getting weeded out and worn out as time goes by, because they have these things called the eye, and whereby the community comes out and keeps the community clean. And these young people, they really don't have time for all that shenaniganism, and they're just ignoring everything. They're not even talking to their neighbors, they're not communicating with anybody. You're just there in a world you don't even understand. It's very lonely. It is so lonely, you will not believe it. This is leading to a class whereby people are being classified as stupid or smart. Whereby if you try to just go and be alive, spend your money, enjoy life, you're being classified as stupid. And if you sit at home, do nothing, wear away, and waste your life, you're being regarded as smart. Everybody is born in this world with a time frame. Why would you just want to spend all your life sitting in a place, saving all this money, not wanting to spend anything, waking up every morning, going to work? Anyway, that is the current Japan for you. And that is why I keep telling you, I don't even think it's going to take 10 years, like I said before. I think it's going to take 5 years. This, if you're visiting Japan, you have to visit now. Now is the time to visit Japan. They're not all, most of the traditional Japanese lifestyle aspects are just dying away at a pace you cannot believe. Japan is becoming so westernized. There's nothing special that is going to remain about Japan. And if you're coming to Japan, please make sure you get here now. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you had a happy Valentine and see you. By the way, I wanted to explain something else. In Japan, Japan is a very seasonal country, and from Christmas throughout this winter season, one thing I came to notice about, and I think you'll notice it in my attire, is the color that is Hayateru on fashion now is green. So this was my Valentine gift from my baby girl, and see you. Hope you had a good Valentine and love you all as always. Enjoy life and see you on the next one. Bye bye.